In today's video, I have the Bullpadel 2026 paddle rackets. We're going to be reviewing all of them and you'll find out which one is my favorite. Let's get into it. All right, let's start off with the Vertex Range. We have the Vertex Hybrid right here, the Vertex Geo, and the normal Vertex as well. So let's go through the differences. This is the most popular range in Bullpadel. I've always liked using the Vertex Hybrid, but let's start with the Vertex Geo. This is the most powerful racket in the Vertex range because of this wide geometric face here. So it's quite head heavy, a firm feel, and it's got a wider sweet spot as well. When I'm feeling it in the hand right now, you can feel the higher balance, and the ideal hitting area would be around here because that wider face near the top of the racket. It's got a rough sandpaper surface. This is a model if you want to play super attacking, I'd go for this one. If we compare this one to the normal Vertex, this one is a diamond shaped high balance racket as well, and this one in the past has been sort of a go-to for a powerful ball paddle racket, but I've always said this one is good for all-round playability, and it is quite well balanced between power and control. So if you're someone that wants to play with a lot of power, I would go with Vertex Geo. If you want something a bit more balanced, then the Vertex would be the one, because it's not too head heavy, it feels nice in the hand, fairly not too firm of a feel as well, like a medium feel, so it's not too hard, and this one also has that sandpaper surface as well. And then if we look at the Vertex Hybrid, which has been one of the most popular ball paddle models this year, it's been our most popular at the Everything Paddle store. This one is very control based this year, and that's one of the main reasons I like it, because I am a player that likes to play a lot in defense, like to play control and consistent. Massive sweet spot, not head heavy, and the shape has changed a little bit from last year as well, and it's almost like a round head shape. It's technically hybrid, but last year it was very close to like a teardrop shape. So if I had to put these three on a scale, I would put the hybrid here like close to a control racket, then the normal Vertex in the middle, and then you got the Vertex Geo here, the most attacking Vertex. So if we talk about the three technologies that these rackets share in the Vertex range, you see here it has the curve active technology. This is essentially a technology that makes the racket more maneuverable, and that's something the Bullpadel always like to go for. Each year Bullpadel noticed that in like the professional game, in Premier Padel, the rallies are getting faster, especially in volley battles as well. So they implement technologies to try and make the rackets more maneuverable. The curve active technology is an example of that. And also if we look at the greater carbon as well, these two are both 12K, the Vertex Geo is 3K, and this leads to a stiffer feel, a firmer feel for the most powerful one. Okay, let's move on to the Neuron range. We've got the normal Neuron and we've got the new Neuron Edge this year, which is quite similar to the Vertex Geo because again, it's got that wide geometric face here that they're using in ball paddle, make the sweet spot wider but make the racket also more powerful. If we look at the normal Neuron here, this is your teardrop shaped racket, so it is fairly well balanced between power and control. Stiff 3K carbon, quite a firm feel, but it's lighter, and that's the key difference with the Neuron. It's like 350 grams, 355, about 5-10 grams lighter, make it more maneuverable, giving you a faster swing at the net. It definitely works well in volley battles. Basically, if you want a well balanced racket that's not too heavy, like feeling it now in the hand, it feels super light. Then you got the Neuron Edge, which is essentially just a more powerful version of the normal Neuron. This one has that wider sweet spot, the geometric face, definitely feels more head heavy in the hand, but it's also a little bit lighter as well. They both have a textured surface, so it's not sandpaper, but it's like little bumps, little lines all over the face of it to give you spin. These rackets are definitely a good solution if for players that want a good mix of power and control. I think it suits Chingotto style, who's the pro player that uses this. Someone that needs to move quick, needs to be very good in volley battles, needs to be able to play overheads fast as well. It's just the Edge is more powerful. Now let's look at the Xplo and the Xplo Comfort. The Xplo range in ball paddle is pretty amazing. The Xplo is the most powerful paddle racket in the ball paddle range, and I get a lot of people often asking to test it, they want to use it, and the only thing I say about it is very powerful and it can be a little bit harder to use in defense. I'd only recommend this for players that want to play the smash all the time and want to play a very super aggressive style of game. If you are that, then this I'd highly recommend because you can get so much force behind the shots. The ball flies off the racket if you time the ball right, and it's also got that wider sweet spot so you can get a really good connection on the ball. Then you've got the Xplo Comfort, which is the same as the Xplo, however, it is softer. This has a soft Fibrix face, which is essentially just like a mix of carbon and fiberglass. Carbon giving you that strength, fiberglass giving you that comfort. Not as powerful, the ball's not going to come off the racket as quick, but it's a lot nicer on the arm, a lot kinder on the arm as well. So you get a really nice feel when you hit the ball, better sensations for players that maybe have tennis elbow issues or maybe a weaker wrist or arm. The Xplo Comfort would be a good solution if you still want an attacking racket. The other thing about the Xplo, which is specific to them, is you can see the arrangement of the holes. So the idea is that when you strike the ball near the top of the racket, where you'd want to be hitting it if you hit a smash, and ball paddle arguing you get even faster ball output off the face of the racket because there's no holes right there. Before we move on to the final rackets in the range, make sure to check out everythingpaddle.co.uk, my online paddle store. We've got tons of rackets, including these ones in the video today. today. You can check out all of them. There's a lot more detail and information about them, including full product video reviews. And in the UK, we have free next day delivery, so make sure to check that out. All right, guys, let's look at the Hack range. So the Hack 04 and then the Hack Hybrid as well. So you've got the diamond shape of the Hack 04, so diamond shape, high sweet spot and higher balance, 18K carbon. And then you've got the Hack Hybrid, which is the hybrid shape, pretty much the exact same as the Vertex Hybrid in terms of the shape, but it's also 18K carbon. These perform very, very similar to the Vertex range. However, the Hack is a bit more powerful. So almost imagine a scale where it goes Vertex, Hack, and then Xplo in terms of how much of a power-based racket it is. So when we tested them, we found that the Hack models were slightly firmer than the Vertex models. So in terms of performance on the court, they felt a little bit more powerful. And then in terms of the technologies that the Hack uses, it also uses a similar technology to that Curve Active that Vertex uses. It uses the Air React channel, which again is designed to make the racket more maneuverable. On the surface as well, this has little textured bumps all over it. It's like little lines all across the face. So you can still get spin with this, but it's not the sandpaper rough surface. All right, guys, we tried to line up all the rackets from sort of most controlled down here to most powerful down there. So if we sort of go through quickly, Vertex Hybrid here, for me, that's the most controlled out of all these Pro Line ones. Then the Hack Hybrid. Some of you might disagree with this order, but this is just sort of roughly. Then we've got the Neuron, because you know it's well balanced, but it's a little bit lighter. Xplo Comfort, it's a diamond shape, so it is going to be more attacking despite the fact it's got that softer material. Then we've got the Neuron Edge, which is also well balanced, but it's the most powerful Neuron. It's got that wider sweet spot. And then we get here into the diamond shaped models. So you've got the normal Vertex, which I said earlier was kind of like a mix of power and control. Then we've got the Hack, which is more powerful than the Vertex. Then the Vertex Geo, the most powerful Vertex in the range with that wider shape. And then finally you got the Xplo at the end, the most powerful racket in the Bullpadel range. What's your favorite stand of the whole range?
I'm between the Vertex Geo and the Hack. They feel quite lightweight, very maneuverable, easy to use.
Both of them super attacking, they feel like they suit your style?
Definitely.
Do you not find the Vertex Geo more powerful?
Yeah, I would say I do, and that's why I've gone probably a little bit more with the Hack, just because it has that extra comfort and control which I need in my game.
All right, I won't bore you too much with the details because I choose the same racket nearly every single year. Vertex Hybrid and Hack Hybrid are both my favourites this year. They play very, very similar, and to be honest, I've just been picking one up each time I'm training. Both of them have been great. Any kind of racket for me that's got really good control, fairly well balanced, and you know, it's still a decent racket, I'm gonna like and I'm gonna enjoy, and both of these I found fantastic. So you can kind of see it makes sense with my style of play compared to Stan's style of play as well, him going for the much more aggressive rackets and me going for the more control ones. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you did enjoy, please make sure to subscribe, and if you want to check out any of these paddle rackets, you can do so on everythingpaddle.co.uk. There's a load more information there. There's video reviews that go a little bit more in depth in this video, and you can contact us for any advice on your game.